Hey everyone, Marshgate here, bringing you guys the news in a flash. Let's get into it. Parkway Drive recently announced in an interview that they're actually pretty far along in recording their new album. In fact, they stated that they're about 70% of the way through recording new material. On top of that, they're going to be back in the studio fairly soon to finish it off. As their last album, Ire, was something that I found to be absolutely fantastic, and it's honestly something I would recommend to people that are interested in checking the band out. It's safe to say that I am fairly excited to see what they've got coming next. As an update to last week's story, Activision has released new information on the upcoming Zombies Chronicles for Black Ops 3, including the first official trailer. And it's actually a story trailer, surprisingly. I wasn't expecting them to release a story trailer for something like this. But they did, and it makes no damn sense whatsoever, which is to be expected. But I'm still very, very intrigued to see if these new remastered maps will have new clues or Easter eggs towards the overall story. They also announced on top of the 8 remastered maps that you're going to be getting, you're also getting 20 vials of liquid Divium, 2 new Gobblegums, an exclusive zombie Pack-a-Punch camo, and for those who pre-order, you get the Zombies Chronicles dynamic system theme. Now, here's the part where your excitement and hype might be jamming its brakes. They released the suggested retail price of the DLC, and it's $29.99. Some of you might be fine with that. Others might turn around and be like, didn't they just try to pull that shit with Modern Warfare Remastered? And honestly, I don't know which side I stand for on this. I guess, for me at least, it ultimately depends on whether they're actually adding in new content, new Easter eggs, or new clues or stuff like that to discover, or if this is just going to be a basic remastering of those old maps. But let me hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. You guys know I enjoy those. And if you guys are interested in checking out the trailer, it'll be down below for you as well. Moving on, we also got a new trailer for Blade Runner 2049, which I still have to go and watch the first one. I never got a chance to. But I'm interested in this movie. I have no idea the backstory behind it. I have no idea any of the lore. So I want to see the first one before I go into this one. And I think my dad has a copy, so I might borrow it from him. We also got the final trailer for Wonder Woman, and I'm pretty excited to see that movie, but I'm also nervous. I'm really hoping that this will be the movie that gets the DC Cinematic Universe rolling, because the last couple of films have been pretty to be honest. Something else interesting is that Hellboy has apparently been greenlit for a reboot, with the working title Hellboy: Rise of the Blood Queen. Now, something I do have to bring up, both Guillermo del Toro, who directed the first 2 Hellboy movies with plans for a 3rd installment that fell through due to budget issues, and Ron Perlman, who brought the character to life in those movies, have not been brought in on this project. Instead, they're in talks with Stranger Things' David Harbour to step in and play the character, which I can actually see him working out pretty well with his character. But it's still a slap in the face to fans, to del Toro, and to Perlman, who have been pushing to make this 3rd installment. Del Toro actually announced back in February that his plans for the 3rd movie were dead, and this pretty much explains why. That being said, the writers for the reboot have said that this movie is going to be rated R, and that have said that the script is dark and gruesome. So there is definitely potential to be had with this reboot, and I'm pretty excited to see what they're going to do with it. And finally, we got a new music video for Motionless and White for their song Eternally Yours, which of course is off their new album, which I still have plans on reviewing at some point. I just need to find the time for it. You can check it out below if you're interested, along with links to any of the stories that were mentioned in this video. Thank you all for joining me for this episode. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, dislike if you didn't, and subscribe if you want more. Thank you all again, and I'll see you on the next one. Mars out.
Where does it hurt?